Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi viewers, welcome to the Structure Analysis Essential. So in this lecture, we will talk about the live load which is described in ASCE, American Society of Civil Engineering 1716. So in this uh, in this code, it describes the minimum design load and associated criteria for buildings and other structures. ASC deals live load in chapter number 4 of its document. So first we will come to the definitions of the live load as per ASCE section 4.1. So the the load produced by the use and occupancy of the building. So this is important that you will select the live load on the basis of the intended functions of a or intended use of a structure or other structure that does not include construction or environmental loads such as wind loads, snow loads, rain loads, earthquake loads, and many others. So these loads, that's construction load or environmental load, such as dead load, rain loads, snow loads, that will be considered separately. So this is the main definitions of the live load, that it depends on the use and occupancy of the building. Every building will be different loads. And in the previous lecture, we have studied that uh, dead loads are computed from the sizes of the structure elements like beams, slabs, columns, finishing detail from the finishing detail. But live load we will take from the ASCE. So code also defined the roof live load. So that is a load on the roof is produced during maintenance by workers, that people will go and will do something maintenance of the structure like repair work. So you will consider minimum live load for that purpose. Equipment like generator, water tank, or any type of other equipment, and material such as we know that we should need the waterproofing on the roof. So for that, the code also describe the minimum live load to be considered on the roof. During the life of the structure, by movable objects such as planters or other similar smaller decorative apparatus that are not occupancy related. So one is related with the occupancy and one is related with the just a minimum life loads. So an occupancy related live loads on a roof, such as rooftop assembly area, for example, you are going to construct a restaurant or a assembly area over the top of the structures, and you will not consider the minimum load, but it is mentioned in the tables. We will check these tables. It is mentioned in these tables that we will consider higher loads than the minimum loads. So So live loads ASC in section 4.2 and 4.3 uh, uh, codes describe something, that the load not specified for occupancy or uses not designated in this chapter, the live load shall be determined in accordance with methods approved by authorities having jurisdictions. So if the intended use is not mentioned in the document of the ASCE, then you will go for the local authorities or whatever they have prescribed. So uniformly, normally we put the live load on the slab in a form of uniformly distributed live load. So required live load. So further, code says that the live loads used in the design of the building and other structure shall be the maximum load expected by the intended use or the occupancy. So if any intended use or the occupancy is not mentioned in the document, you will calculate on the basis of your engineering judgment. But codes also specify some uh, minimum that this much minimum uniformly distributed load is required, and that is mentioned in the table 4.31. So for your buildings, you will see this table 4.31. So now we will check these tables. So these are the occupancy category. For example, for apartments, assess floor system, office use, computer use. So, and for assembly areas, movable seats, 100 pound per square foot. So live loads are mentioned in pound per square foot, as I have discussed in the previous lectures. So in balconies and decks, you will take 100 PSF. And in coming lectures, we will also discuss the live load reductions, which produced a lot of economy in your structure if you consider the live load reductions, because the code allow live load reduction, but within certain limits. So for helipads, you will helicopters take off weights this much, so you will take 40 psf, and at weights more than 3000 pound you will take 60 pound per square feet. Similarly, for hospitals, patient room, operation room 60, for patient room 40, and for corridors, because there are heavy rush in the corridors, waiting area, so that is 80 pound per square foot. So for office building, you will use 50, 100 for lobbies and first floor corridor 100, offices 50, and corridor above first floor that will be 80. And similarly for the residential buildings and roof, you can see that's normally from 10 to 40 psf. These are the live load we will consider depending upon the use of the structure, the use of the area. So for roof, normally we consider 20 psf. This is the minimum live load you will consider for equipment or for the material like the waterproofing material. And if you are using the roof area for assembly purpose, like construction of a rooftop restaurant or any gathering area, so you will consider 100 psf. So this is all about the live loads consideration in ASCE. Thanks.